Okay, so we're going to play the game with all three flags set to true, just so we can demonstrate functional requirement 3. The resulting implementation of functional requirement 5 will be demonstrated as part of this. As you'll see, the game will load in a random target word from the word list when the flag is set to true. Get that out of the way. Okay, so we can see our flags, when set to true, seem to work. We have our target word display here, which is valid and is part of the valid guesses word list. That's cower. As part of functional requirement 6, the GUI displays our keyboard. You will see with colour-coded letters depending on the guesses that a user has provided. These keys are clickable and work as the input for a user playing the game. Functional requirement 4 requires this, and you'll see a demonstration of both the enter and backspace keys, or delete in this case. If you keep an eye on the reset game button, this will become active after the first guess, and that's part of functional requirement 7. So let's start. We know what the target word is, so for the sake of demonstration, let's put something in which we know is wrong, but has one letter that is right. So we're expecting C to highlight green here, and on our keyboard too. The rest of the letters are wrong, so they should be greyed out. Okay, so as expected, C is highlighted green. The other letters are still clickable, but they're greyed out, and this is as per Wordle's functionality. Let's try another word. Let's do crowd. This is something closer. And we'll hit enter. So if users guess the character correctly, we expect the key to turn green. If a character has been guessed that appears in the word but is incorrectly positioned, such as R-O-W over here, the key will appear orange, and the key will turn grey if a guess is incorrect. So we've seen most of those scenarios play out there. The logic behind colouring of the keyboard and the tiles on the grid are similar, and so you'll therefore visually see all 5 characters highlighted in green when the game's won, and that's per functional requirement 1. So if we put in the actual guess now, which is cower, you'll see that we have now won the game. The keys on the keyboard are disabled, and we're given the option to restart the game over here if we want to. Let's try the restart button. If we hit that, the game should reset, should give us a blank canvas, and the keyboard should be enabled and blank. Yeah, so that's what we've got. Something that I also forgot to demonstrate in the previous run was entering a nonsense word. So something like that, for example. And since we have our flag set, asking us to display a error message if the guess isn't in the word list, then we get a little message over here telling us as such. If we try and break this, so add far more characters than we should be able to, we're not able to do that. It won't add it to the stack, and as you can see, we can just remove the previous guesses. Now let's just try pressing enter. Again, we get the error message. The list, it's blank. The same with entering something too short, words too false, and replay that. We'll see that we no longer have our prompt telling us what the target word is. The error messages won't show, and the target word won't be random anymore. It'll pick the first one in the list, which was a back, and we can prove that. Works with the same model, and that's where a lot of the validation occurs. Therefore, this side of the demo won't be as extensive, also due to time constraints. As per non-functional requirement 1, the CLI version is its own separate program without any notion of a view or a controller. Quick look at the code submitted, just so you can get a better understanding for non-functional requirements 4 and 5, but I believe it's of strong quality and has all of assertions, It has invariants, it's strong documented. We provide a class diagram just so you get a better understanding of how the model, view and controller interact with each other. It's fully unit tested, with really strong documentation over here, various test cases. We make use of parameterized tests. Thanks for your time, and I hope you've enjoyed the demo.